Hello, everyone. Meet the Great Reviews is back with another review of another Marvel movie. So, heads up, this just came out. This is going to be a heavy spoiler alert. I'm not putting it in the title. I'm telling you right now. So, if you want to see this movie, turn this video off because I'm going to spoil mostly everything. Starting off with the positives, the martial arts was good. And this is probably one of the most beautiful looking Marvel movies to this day. That you can tell that they really, really cared about the cinematography this time around. There's not a bunch of stupid cuts. Like, there's so many long, nice, beautiful takes when they're fighting. And it's really, really nice and refreshing to see them do this kind of style. And a lot of the fights do have a lot of unique settings, and it's not dark, so you can see what's going on, and it's not a boring movie to look at. It is it's gorgeous, and probably my favorite fight scene was on the bus, like you see in the trailer. It's a really long fight scene, but it's good. And then they fight in Tokyo on the scaffolding bridge. That is also really well done. Unfortunately, there's only like I swear I got 2 or 3 maybe like karate parts, like martial arts, and then they get more into the powers. And this is where the negative comes in. I was not super hyped for this movie. I was in the middle. The trailers kind of sold me on it. I just didn't think I wasn't not gonna enjoy it as much as I did. Like I'm putting this with Black Widow, which I don't want to do. And Black Widow is like a C, and like the fighting and the cinematography doesn't save it for me, because obviously this is a story-driven movie and it's supposed to connect with all the other Marvel movies somehow. And there is emotion here. Like, they really try to humanize the characters, but I just didn't feel it. I'm not saying it's an emotionless movie. I just didn't care, really. I liked the fight scenes, but watching the fight scenes with no emotional impact near the end, for me, I just got bored. Like, I don't know, I was yawning. I almost fell asleep. The middle of this movie, the first act of this movie, hands down the best. It just jumps right into it, doesn't waste any time, and it was awesome. And I thought the whole movie was going to be like that. And then you get to the middle, and as soon after they meet the dad, who I found the actor did a good job, but I found the character to be just boring. It wasn't the actor's fault. Like, he did a good job. I just found the character to be boring. And then they bring the Mandarin in from Iron Man 3 because he was fake. So Shang-Chi's dad is the real Mandarin. And I just didn't really care. Like, he was just, to me, he was a boring villain. All these other reviewers, I'm not calling out John Campea, but like, man, he hyped this movie up so much. Like, they're saying how good the emotion is and how good the villain is, and I just wasn't feeling it at all. And even if I didn't even watch the review before I went into it, I still wouldn't have felt it, because I don't let the reviews bug me and make up my own mind. But I was just so disappointed. The middle, like the second act, is the worst. There's just too much. It was like Black Panther in the middle. I don't mind exposition. I don't find it boring. But when it's just not that interesting of a story in the first place, then I'm going to get bored. And that's exactly what happened. There's so much just telling and exposition, and they don't show anything, and it's a lot to take in, and then I just didn't really care about it. And like the middle of it, half the time they're in the stupid jungle. I felt like I was in fucking Jungle Cruise with The Rock and Brie Larson all over again. Like, I don't know. I didn't think this was just going to be another disposable Marvel movie, but like Black Widow. But it is, unfortunately. The 10 Rings, Shang-Chi literally gets them at the end when he's fighting his dad, like I was expecting, but he doesn't even fucking use them. And then, obviously, Marvel has these big, gigantic, bloated endings, just like Black Panther. But Black Panther, I think, paced it a bit more. Like, they just had this big cinematic blockbuster fucking action set piece going on and everyone's fighting everyone. But Black Panther, they showed more Killmonger fighting than in Black Panther, and they wouldn't cut away too much to the other fight that was going on in Wakanda. But like here, he's fighting his dad, and it's like the big climactic battle. And every time I was starting to get into it, they would cut away to Shang-Chi's sister, who's a huge part of the story, another character I didn't care about. They had to throw fucking another girl in here. There's Shang-Chi, and there's 3 girls that are the main characters who are just... I like the girl, I forget her name, like the super, super funny girl that you see in the trailer. I like her. And then you get Shang-Chi's sister, who's boring as fuck, and then his aunt, who is boring as fuck. And then, so they're fighting, and then Shang-Chi just gets the rings, blah, blah, blah. He shoots his dad with them, whatever. And the whole movie, and like near the end of, like in the middle of the movie, he's like, I'm gonna kill my dad. And then you're like, oh fuck, there's actually gonna be some consequences? There's gonna be some impact here? Because that's the thing with these Marvel movies, other than Infinity War and a couple others, there's just no consequences. No one dies. One girl almost died, and I was like, oh, yay. And then obviously she gets saved by another girl. So he's about to kill his dad, and then he obviously doesn't do it because, you know, he's one of the only family members he has left. So he doesn't kill his dad. And it was so fucking see-through and predictable. And then out of nowhere, all these fucking dragons come. I don't care if they're a part of the story or whatever, but it went on for way too long. Like, it goes on. You don't even see Shang-Chi. It's like just these fucking 2 dragons fighting. Oh my god, it was so boring. I can't explain it, guys. It's just too much going on at once. And there was not enough. They build up this big fight. And like he fights his dad for what? Like 2 fucking minutes? And that was the part I was really looking forward to, was the big fight. Because the first act was awesome. I knew the second act was going to be build up, but I didn't think it was going to be that boring. So I was like, okay, can we please have a good fight at the end? But no, they got to cut away every 2 fucking seconds to show all the other girls that are fighting because, you know, Marvel has to have the fucking diversity. And this is why I like DC so much better. Justice League had a big ending, but every character had a purpose in what they did. Flash had to freeze time to save them all when they died from Darkseid. Like, no one, they're just, it's just so boring to watch, guys. Like, do you remember Aragon? It just reminded me of that. Stupid flying dragons and blah, blah, blah. And I swear to God, Shang-Chi literally uses the 10 rings twice. That's it. It's just so dumb. And it's stupid because he has them with him half the time when he's fighting near the end. And he doesn't use them. Like, I know they don't want to overdo it and they want to give him his moment, but like, half the time he's just carrying around a javelin and he's just stabbing people. And I'm like, okay, is this Aragon, Lord of the Rings? Is this The Hobbit? Is this 300? What the fuck is this? Because the first act of the movie, it knew what it wanted to be. And god damn, the music in this is so awful at the beginning. It is so bad. It is just auto-tuned Kanye West Donda garbage. It's exactly like that. And one more thing before I end the video. The post-credit scene. So, my mom I went to the movies with my mom. Yeah, make fun of me if you want. But, she said, we'll stay for the post-credit. We stayed for the first one. It was like a mid-credit scene. And I was getting so impatient because the mid-credit scene was so garbage. I'll get to it in a second what it's about. But my mom was like, we should stand up and just go to the bottom. We'll wait till the credits roll, and then we'll get up out of a chair, and then we'll get to the bottom because it was packed, it was sold out, so we could leave right away. We didn't have to wait for everyone to get up out of their seats and everything and then leave. We fucking just left, like, We just got to the bottom of the stairs and then waited for the post-credit scene. What a fucking waste of time. Especially John Campbell. Oh, this is the best post-credit scene in Marvel, and it has like one of the most like influential endings, and it leads up to the next movie. No, it doesn't. Like, are you on crack, John? Are you getting paid to say this shit? This is fucking terrible. So what happens is the stupid Asian guy from Doctor Strange, I don't care about him. He's in this movie because, you know, we gotta have fan service, and Abomination's in here for some stupid reason. Oh, hey, Abomination's in it for 2 seconds. Fan service, because, you know, Abomination was in the Incredible Hulk. So, the Asian guy, I don't remember his name, I'm not trying to be racist, but the Asian guy from Doctor Strange takes Shang-Chi and his, I don't know, not his sister, the other girl, the funny girl that I liked, takes her, and they end up getting a call from, you know, the Hulk, and who else? Captain Marvel. Oh, yay. And they're sitting there, and they're just talking about how they're just basically telling Shang-Chi, you're the next big, like, you have huge shoes to fill, just be ready, blah, blah, blah. They don't say anything about any villains, nothing. They just tell him that he's basically kind of an Avenger in a way, and just, you got a lot of shoes to fill, and we look forward to, I don't know, seeing you in the future, whatever. It's fucking stupid. And then the Asian guy looks at Shang-Chi and he says, okay, blah, blah, blah. And then out of nowhere, early in the movie, there's like a scene of them going to Tokyo and they do karaoke, and it was funny. And then out of nowhere, Hulk and Captain Marvel leave in the post-credit scene, and the Asian guy looks at them and he's like, okay, let's go. And I was like, oh, something's gonna happen. It's like all dramatic music. And then out of nowhere, they're just sitting there singing karaoke. Like, really? That's the mid-post-credit scene? You just played this for a fucking joke. Okay, so I'm going to wait until the next one comes. So, what do? I gotta wait 5 fucking minutes. Okay, just, please be just something leading to the next movie. Have Doctor Strange in it. Just something that I can just be like, oh, you know, like, I don't know, maybe this will connect with the next movie and it'll be cool. No, none of that happens. Long story short, Shang-Chi's, oh my god, I'm trying to remember her name. His stupid sister, she had her own fight club, and in the trailer, that's where Abomination is fighting. And then her fight club gets shut down by her dad. So the post-credit scene is literally her with her dad's soldiers, and she just opens up another fight club, and she says, okay, we got lots of work to do. And then it cuts to black. And that it was the post-credit scene. And I looked at my mom, I said, what a fucking waste of time. Like, absolute waste of money, absolute waste of time. I wish I waited till it came out on my streaming service. The only benefit of seeing this in the movies, guys, is the beautiful cinematics and the shots. And the first act, like I said, when they're in Tokyo on the scaffolding and the bus fight. That is 2 good fights. 2. Fucking terrible. Absolutely terrible. And I am just upset and pissed off because the past 2 times I've gone to the movies, I fucking hated the past 2 movies I've seen. And I didn't really like Stillwater that much. Like, I don't know, it was alright. And Don't Breathe 2 sucked. Suicide Squad was good. And then this sucked. So it's like, fuck. I don't know. Spider-Man is just basically fan service to me at this point. Oh, Doc Ock, Green Goblin, cool. Villains I've already seen before. It would be really nice if they could bring Hobgoblin. I get, like, this is cool. Yes, I grew up with Tobey Maguire. But, like, it's just fucking fan service at this point. And if Spider-Man doesn't have a good story, and it's just good fight scenes like this, then it's just going to be another fucking dumbass Marvel movie, which I don't want to happen because I like Homecoming and Far From Home a lot. So, sorry guys for being a negative Nancy, but this movie was just not for me. Like I said, the second half is just so dreadful. Just so dreadful. I almost fell asleep. I fucking took my phone out, turned it on because I turned it off because I'm respectful. And I was like, it's only 9 o'clock. There's like a half hour left. Fuck me. It was just so boring. The last Marvel movie I ever watched, I was bored at the ending. I wasn't even Black Widow. I liked the ending better. Like the ending of the movie to this movie was fucking garbage. I'm not even gonna talk about it. It's just a waste of time. You just walk through a portal, blah blah blah. Too many jokes. Way too many jokes. I don't know where to rank this. I know. Oh man, I think I'm putting this under Black Widow because at least Black Widow. I somewhat like Taskmaster until he turned into a girl, but the fucking Black Widow, like that final climax was just so much better than this. I am putting this. Oh, I'm putting this down with Captain Marvel. Captain Marvel for me is the lowest of the low. That movie is fucking dumpster fire. Other than Samuel Jackson, Brie Larson absolutely destroys it in a bat. Like she fucking wrecks. I hate her. She destroys the movie. I can't even look at her fucking face. I just don't like her. I hate her. Other than that, the Skrulls were cool in Captain Marvel. That was it. I don't know what Marvel is doing. If Spider-Man is shit, I'm going to be pissed. Venom got a PG-13 rating, so I don't know what's going on with that. I saw the trailer for the Eternals when I was there, and that just... I'm in the middle with that, too. I'm just thinking, it's going to be like Shang-Chi. Just going to get hyped, and then I'm going to get let down. Sorry for the bitchy review, guys, but do not go and waste your money on this. It's just a cash grab, predictable, and see-through as a motherfucker. See-through as a motherfucker. 10 rings used twice. His dad uses it at the beginning. The movie is called Shang-Chi and the Legend of 10 Rings. Not Shang-Chi and the Legend of his fucking 10 other cast members that just annoy the fuck out of you. And every time he gets an emotional moment, it just cuts to them. Or they make a joke. Because, they have to. That's why I like the first act. It was like serious, and then they had jokes, but when they needed to. It wasn't too much. And then they got to the second half and the third act. Oh, big blockbuster climax. Too many jokes. Fuck this movie. 4 out of 10. Thank you guys for watching.